Hey everyone, we are back here, my buddy Drew and I, to do another Training Tuesday using the cards from Drill Index. This one we are going to be doing the 1 through 5. Now this is one that I run all the time, just kind of organically when I'm doing testing with different guns because of a lot of the different attributes that it helps you train with. And again, this seems like it's pretty simple on paper, but as I know you can speak from, sometimes it's a little bit easy to lose track of where you are and have it test certain things. So let's go ahead. Aww, that's where they get you. So let's go ahead and run through a bunch of our different versions of running it. So let's go ahead and run through a bunch of different versions of running this thing with different types of firearms, and then we'll recap what this drill did for us. .561, but that was all clean. .426. .426. Okay, so again, a very simple drill on the surface. However, there's a lot of different things that this is going to be training you on. So first of all, you're adjusting your cadence for each target that you're engaging with. 1 round, 2 rounds, 3 rounds, 4 rounds, 5 rounds. So it's testing how accurate is that trigger finger and your brain's ability to count through those rounds fired. I know we had some struggles with that.
Yeah.
But then the other big thing that it's testing is that transition from target to target. One of the things that I was pointing out to Drew as we were going through this is you'll notice as you're transitioning from targets going from left to right, you start throwing more shots off to the right because you're overdriving that target, firing and then having to work your way back, and that happened to myself included. And then as you're working from right to left, same thing. You're now overdriving that gun to the left and having to come back. And so when you're missing the A zone, it's typically going to be in the direction that that gun is moving to transition from target to target. Hold on a second. It's probably fine with these mics, but just out of an abundance of caution and having it be audible.
How dare they shoot at a shooting range?
What the hell? Where do they get the nerve? Do they know who I am?
Do they know that this is a YouTube channel?
Right. So what were your thoughts running the 1 through 5?
Well, like you said, I've probably run that drill almost every time I come out, just because it's like an easy thing to set up, and it's
fast and sexy.
Yeah, target transitions and and counting, which is my main thing. So I think one of my biggest things is counting the rounds as I go. Usually what I find myself doing is I always put 4 on the 3 and then I do 4 again, and then usually I do 4 again because that's usually when I run. So I like shooting 4. Typically that's something I can work on because that's just like, not following the course of fire. So which is, it's a failure of the drill, which, if it was more serious, then, if you're in a match, you lose points or you get DQ'd or whatever it is. But also kind of overdriving. Same thing with some other drills where you're moving from left to right or right to left, pushing a little too hard. But I think today I was trying to push a little bit harder, like kind of push the 100, 110% of like trying to speed up and trying to go fast and push myself and see what happened. And it's just trying to push it.
Yeah. So. Well, and I think one of the things too, that you can do with this drill, and one of the things it mentions is you can, again, have it randomly loaded so that you don't know where that reload is coming, or you can move further away or whatever. But I think one thing that you can do if you have the range to do it is move those targets further apart, because that's where you're going to see that overdriving, again, overcompensating for the transition from target to target, becoming even more and more apparent. And only having it 1 yard apart, you're still going to see that, but it's only going to be exacerbated the further those targets get apart, from my experience. As I mentioned, or at least alluded to earlier, this is a popular drill because it's one where you can just run your gun fast and it looks cool and it feels cool to do it. Everyone loves running a gun as quickly as they possibly can. So I know this is one that a lot of people watching have probably already performed in the past. But again, I would encourage you to approach it from more of a training mindset and start troubleshooting and isolating different things to see where your skills lie, and importantly, what things you can do to challenge yourself, push yourself, and continue to improve on those skills. I mean, again, you've mentioned that we've done it a lot, but any other takeaways that you have for this drill?
Well, I think I don't know if we were filming, but I remember when we were trying to diagnose some stuff, we kind of changed the drill a little bit and did just one shot in the head box to try to like think about when you're moving from one target to the next target, you're having a much smaller point of aim that you have, so it slows you down a little bit and try to.
Yeah.
I can't remember if that was the El Presidente or this one, but
no, it was. I think it was this one. But to his point, so again, these are just words on a card. You can do it however you want to be able to identify it however you want. So in that case, what he's talking about, we were just practicing the overdriving. So we just did one shot into the head box of each one, with it being the explicit focus of being a little bit more controlled because it's a smaller target area, and then making sure you can keep it more centered in that target area and not pushing the boundaries of that target. Now, that's a really good way to practice the overdriving if you want to do it while also keeping the cadence of fire and keeping an accurate round count. That's where you can do this. But again, it's all, this is just the basis, this is your foundation, and then you can customize it however you want based on what you're seeing yourself do. Again, it's like, if you ever played sports, you're not just doing scrimmages, like, which would be like either, well, I guess scrimmages would be like full speed practice. You're not just playing games. Like, there's points in baseball where you're just fielding ground ball after ground ball after ground ball. You're just throwing that ball to first base over and over and over. You gotta build those fundamentals and find where your deficiencies are so that you know what to practice, and then you can find more simple ways or more complicated ways of running these drills to work on those techniques. Anything else that you got?
Nah, that's good.
So if you are interested in picking up a set of these cards, again, I know it seems super simple on the surface, but we can both speak from experience where you show up to the range, you get all set up, and you're like, all right, well, what do I do now? This gives you that thing to do, and it's a bunch of different cards with a bunch of different drills with different levels of complexity and round counts, so you can find what's going to be appropriate for you on that day. And I highly encourage you to go pick up a deck of these cards. You can follow the link down in the description below if that's something you're interested in. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, go ahead and throw those in the comment section down below. If you have experience with this drill, definitely let us know that as well. But anyway, with all that being said, as always, I hope you got something out of this video, and I really appreciate you watching. I had a bald eagle fly over my car on my way here, and it's like, it's going to be a good day.
America!